fun, I am going to use a few of my new products. So if you're catching me live, you'll see the red live up in one of these corners if you're on Facebook, and then hello YouTube, thanks for hanging out with me again. And for YouTube, go ahead, click subscribe, hit that bell, and then click all to turn on those notifications, okay? That lets you know when I'm coming live. Then back on Facebook, I think it's this corner. Tap on the screen, 3 little white dots appear that will let you know when I'm coming live. And I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure I've got everything up and running, and I always catch that volume in the nick of time. And so yeah, we're just gonna hang out, have some fun. I did have plans, just couldn't get all my posts out in time. So hopefully everybody sees and is notified. So tonight also too, along with, I think it was last night I did a live, or yesterday afternoon as well, still working out some things with my new camera here. So if you have anything that you want to talk about as far as products, let me know. But I'm going to go ahead and start with my Ology hydrating mask. I like to use that on my face along with my other moisturizer that comes in my skincare. Oops, trying to get it out. And then also too, I'd like to use my primer. So we'll use that over the top of this, but I'm just trying to make sure I've got some moisturizer on my face. What is else on my face? I don't know where all these things are coming from. Anyway, how has your week been so far, everyone? I don't know about mine. I'm trying to figure out how I'm feeling. I don't know. Thank you so much for those hearts and those likes. Thanks, honey, as always, for joining me. So I think I put a little too much. I must have got some up my nose too. You know, it's good times. So I'm just working this moisturizer in. I'm putting a thin layer. As I said, it's the hydrating mask. By putting a thin layer, this is going to allow it to be more of a moisturizer than a mask. So I am going to carry any extra that I have downward here. And then I will put on some primer. We'll kind of let this set for a minute and work from there. Then we'll get into using some of the new products, okay? So I'm super excited, and the reason I'm excited is I got 2 more colors of the liquid shadows, okay? Now, if you didn't see my unboxing, go ahead, it's a few videos down from here, I think. Go ahead and catch the replay of that. If you are catching me live and you are new to viewing me, go ahead, I cannot talk tonight. Go ahead and put hashtag newbie. And then if you are already a viewer of mine and we hang out together, put hashtag hey hey, okay? And then of course, if you're catching the replay, I may have already said this, but go ahead and put hashtag replay. Words are escaping me tonight. Okay, so now we're gonna let this set for a minute. It kind of is already doing that, and of course I've got all these new hair growths and they just love to stick to everything. It's okay, we're all good. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get our face primer. We do have the hydrating primer as well, and that is kind of on my next list of things that I'm going to be ordering, not now, but in the near future, coming up in a few months probably. But with the current face primer, which is our first face primer, you want to put about a pea size worth. I try to, I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell because it's clear. But I try to do about a pea size worth, maybe just a little bit more. I still kind of feel like this is drying, but that's okay. We'll wait for just another minute. But I start with a face primer just so we can have that under our makeup. That's going to help to keep, oh, I put that upside down. That's going to help to keep anything out of those pores, excuse me, and keep the makeup just setting on your face instead of kind of going into your skin, okay? So I just like to massage it together here, and then I just kind of start dabbing all around. I will put it into my neck. I don't know if I'm going to use it on my neck or not. And I don't even hardly press on my skin when I put this in. I just kind of like to smooth it all around. Okay. You'll kind of see that my face is a little bit glowy. That is from the hydrating mask, which is one of the things I really love about it. And then I like to use this on the top of my lids too. Okay. Yep, so then once we get this going, we'll use some eye primer before we put our eyeshadows on. We're going to be using the liquid foundations tonight, so I'm super excited to be able to use that along with the eye primer. And then we'll try some new blush, which we'll see if it goes actually. I wonder if it's going to go with everything I've got picked out for colors tonight. We'll have to see. I don't know. Alright, so one other thing is to let this primer set, so we're going to give that a couple minutes. While we're doing that, I'm going to mention to you, I think it's tonight. I forgot to see what the time frame was this last message I just saw. But for the lash duo and trio, on my last video, I think I said I threw this away, the lash serum. I had it in a different basket. You guys, so many products all over the place. So if you want in on the duo, you can choose, as far as I understand, from any of the mascaras, and then this one with the purple cover and the black bottom is the serum. Okay, so we've got a variety of mascaras you can choose from. Okay, and then we have the trio, which in the trio you can use the lash primer. Okay, that one I'm still working on grabbing. But the serum is the one that you want to put on your lashes at nighttime. You want to start about halfway to your lashes and bring it to the end. This has all sorts of good things in it to help those lashes grow, make them look beautiful. And then with the primer, you use the next day right before you're going to apply your mascara, and you want to make sure to put it on all of your lashes, lower and top if you do both, and then let it set about I like to give it maybe 30 seconds. You should give it 30 seconds is what I'm trying to say. And then go ahead and apply your mascara. Okay, so we've got the primer worked in. Next step is probably going to be, let's see, I think should we do the eyes first and then do our face? I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up, right? Okay, so let's pick, I'm trying to find my brushes here. Oh, goodness sakes, hold on. Hair everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to use my big brush here, which is my favorite thing. And then we want to make sure to get some eye primer, so once we get to those eyes, we'll want to make sure and put some of that on. I am going to use my Taffeta. Since it's winter, it kind of makes a little more sense to have it darker. I actually am just going to use powder tonight. I was going to use my BB cream, but I forgot, so here we are. So the bigger brushes, these will kind of just get this all over. If you're wanting to get like more full coverage, maybe use some smaller brushes, which I'll show you an example. So it'll be one kind of like this, and then you just kind of swirl around. I like to tap, and then you can get more in one spot to add a fuller coverage. Okay, I have some new powder coming. I'm super excited. Gosh, honey, what am I going to have? About 3 or 4 orders coming? I can't even count now. I've lost count. Okay, so, and then I probably will be placing another one, I don't know, maybe midweek. I'm not sure yet. Sorry, it was driving me crazy. My brows are just like, hello. Okay, excuse me. So we're just going to use this brush and continue adding the taffeta powder. This is the Mineral Touch Press powder. Okay, so if you're wondering, and can you see that difference already on my face here? If you're wondering which kind of color that you need, go ahead and send me a message. I can help color match you. And then within that message, make sure to put a picture of you, of course, and in a well-lit window. Okay, And then you want to make sure to have your face and your neck showing. That way I can try to color match, okay? Alright, so if you're just hanging out, go ahead, say hello. We don't always see who's here, so I would love to say hi. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and come up top here, and we're going to try and not forget the forehead. Some days I'm like, girl, what you doing? You're forgetting areas. Okay, so now again, I was saying before, we used this one to kind of just get the bigger areas. Then we're going to come back in with the smaller one so we can make sure to get more of a full coverage where you can kind of stipple it all into place. And then I'll show you how I do with the eyes here. I like to make sure that I can have kind of an all over same look right here. Like I like to blend it all in for my eyes and my face, if that makes sense. Eyelids, you know, words. Alright, so how are we doing on the coverage here? Are we looking good? Anything I'm missing? I'm not going to go all the way down my neck. I'm just going to kind of come to right under my chin. Okay. So let's take this smaller brush. This is one of my favorites right here. By the way, I was using an IT brush from Ulta. This one I think is all over powder. This one is the buffing brush. It's one of my newer favorites from Real Techniques. Then for Real Techniques, the Deluxe Crease Brush. Even though this is for the eyes, I like to use it right here, kind of around my nose where I can't get to those areas with the bigger brushes. Even though this one's smaller, it still can be kind of challenging to get around here. Then what I like to do is take it underneath, and then this is how I get right up here, okay? So I kind of struggle for some reason with darkness. You can kind of see on this side compared to this side what we did just with the magic of this powder and how it looks. Then, sorry, I got something in my eye here, hold on. Then you can kind of see what kind of coverage we get right here. For some reason, I don't know what's hanging out right here. Hold on. Hold the phone. Okay. So then we'll just tap right into this corner. Now you can kind of see that difference from in the side to the side. So we're going to cover this one up too. Bye-bye, dark circle. And then we're going to come across the top here and get into this corner. And I do have to say, again, this is one of my favorite brushes for all the little nooks and crannies of our faces. Alright, so during this tutorial session, if we kind of get toward the half-hour mark, I'll let you know if I do disappear, I will come back on. With our camera, it's only giving us so much time to record. When I did my testing yesterday, was it yesterday? Gosh, it's like time is going so fast. We were able to go over a half hour, so we're still just not sure what it's gonna do, okay? Did I miss anywhere else? Hopefully I got everything, I don't know. And so we're hoping that it will all still just like be good, okay? So we'll come back though if things do disappear. Alright, so let's go ahead and take some of our eye primer. And it does kind of come out like on a different color. Like in a different color, not on. So I just kind of get this, I don't know how to hold this so you can see it. Okay, and then we're just going to dab all across here. So it kind of looks like I'm putting foundation or a concealer on. So it's going to have a little bit of color. I do tend to come right in the center here because sometimes I will do like the gentle in the corner here. Okay. Then what this eye primer does, it kind of creates like a tacky consistency. I may have even used too much over here. I probably could have split this between both of my eyes. So we'll let this kind of sit for a minute, okay? And in that corner, it's just gonna look like that, I guess. I can't get my nail in there, or my finger in there because of my nail. Okay, so now we're gonna come on this side here. And we're adding the primer, kind of down in the corner again. Using my big mirror, and maybe I should be using a smaller mirror. It's always hard when you close one eye when you're trying to see something up close. Oh yeah, that's right, I did bring that down. I got a new lip mirror to try to see if that'll help. Okay.
Right over there.
Yep, I know, babe. Just looking at something. Okay, so I did get some on my lashes. If you do, just take your fingernail and just kind of rub it off. And of course, right here, it just created a lot. So maybe use a little less than I did. It's just kind of learning with trial and error, right? So when you have new things and you're learning about new things, I don't even know that I used any eye primer before this that I can recall. So we're all learning together. But I do know that when you have hooded eyes like I do and you're putting on your eyeshadows, they will stay a lot longer, okay? Now, let's see here. Where did I set it?
On the stool, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, there it is. I'm like, thought I had it in my basket. It was sitting separate. Okay, so I bought this little fun mirror, and it helps you to see a little better if you're doing things here. So it helps you to see up close. It does have a magnifying mirror, so if you need to see something even better up close, you can do that too, okay? Alright, so here we are, and loving it. Okay, now let's go ahead, got a runny nose, and try and get some of this on. Now, I want to use the new Moodstruck liquid shadows, so I'm going to use Overt and Ornate, okay? So one, I don't know if you can see there, let me see which one it is here. This one has kind of got like a pearlesque look. This one has got just more of a matted look. Then I am going to use my Splurge cream shadow tonight too, to kind of fit in with the theme of my color here. So we've got a little bit of this. Now, I'm thinking that I'm going to actually use one of my little doodads here. Back in the day when I knew with makeup, this is what we used, okay? Maybe you did too. Oh, if I can hang on to it. So I used these little guys, aren't they fun? So I'm going to dip this right down into my color, which is Unapologetic in the Splurge cream shadow. And I'm just going to take kind of a good little bit here, and I'm going to take and go across the top. So I'm going to create my own crease. And if you end up getting somewhere you don't want it, it's okay, because with the liquid shadow, we're going to end up kind of covering over some of it. But I thought it would be fun to have this as my crease color, and I probably could have done it a little higher, so let's see if we can get it there. And you'll notice I did not dip back in to the shadow, okay? So this Splurge cream one, it kind of goes from a cream then to a powder somewhat. But it just goes on so nice, as you can see here. Okay, so we've added that color. And then I think what I'll do is really quick here. Where did I put it? Where is my one brush? Holy buckets. What did I do with it? The one I was doing on my... I've totally just misplaced a brush. How do you do that? Oh, I put it in the wrong holder. That'd be why. Hiding behind another brush. We're going to try and take care of this right here. Now, for some reason, when I put on my eye primer, it like got all along here. And it's just kind of being all, what do you want to say? being silly. So I'm just taking my powder and going over the top to see if we can kind of correct that. So like I was saying before, you probably want to use less. Okay, so we just kind of went over the top, and it's just going to be what it is for the moment, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead again, and we're doing the Splurge Cream Shadow in the color Unapologetic, and we're creating our crease here. Okay, same thing on the left eye. So I'm taking my fun little brush, because I love these from back in the day. I'm so glad they still sell them. Creating my own crease. Okay. Since I've got hooded eyes, and what that means is when I open my eyes, you can hardly see my eyelids. So we're building our own crease. I'm going to take and go to my opposite hand here and hope I don't mess up. You know how that is when you try and use opposite. So basically I came right around the side, and of course this one I always tend to do a little higher, because you know opposite is the challenge. Trying to make them look like twins is the challenge, and in this case they're just going to be sisters. Okay, so then we're going to take the liquid shadow and we're going to work that in next. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of come right back on here, work that in. Okay, now I did go down further on the other eye, so we'll kind of carry some of this down. You'll see that I did not dip back in to the shadow, so we can just kind of create this base so it'll all run together. And I kind of am pressing a little harder, obviously not super hard because it's our eyes and we don't want to hurt them. Okay, so we're done with that one. Now we're going to come in, and I'm just trying to see how we can work these together here. I'm thinking we're going to start with Ornate. This is the one that has that little bit of pearlesque shimmer to it. These come on a doe foot. You want to apply it with this doe foot, and I just got it all over the case, which I knew would happen. That's okay. And you want to put it on using this kind of just where you're wanting it. My goal was to kind of come above a little bit here and come to the end. I'm kind of creating a second crease, if that makes sense. And I probably could have used less. But now we're going to come in, it does say to use your finger, so we're just going to kind of work this across here. We may not even need that other color. Maybe these two colors, I don't know. Let me know if you like these two colors together. I thought they would go good, but now I'm kind of second guessing myself. Okay, so this does dry, and you can tell when it starts drying. And again, we'll come back and fix this right here. I'm not sure how, but we will. It's kind of nice when you feel this dry, because now it's really going to stay there. Let's see what we can do with this. Maybe we'll just kind of come, let's see, should we do this side or the inner corner maybe? Right to here? I don't know. Do you have any thoughts, babe?
No.
Okay, so now we're going to use Overt. Oops, as I get it all over myself. And we're going to kind of come right in this corner here. And just kind of work it in and try to see if we can just get it to blend. I don't know. And obviously if you get any below, we'll just correct it. Now I know I did put powder here. And that really just did a number right there. So it's trying to make it blend. I don't know if that even worked. I think what happened is I got my eye primer down below. I feel like it's just a disaster all over the place. It's not the shadows, it's just how I did my primer. Okay, so let's get under here. See if we can even correct any of this. I don't know if we can, to be honest with you. Hold on. Let's see. Now that I have primer on my face, I'm going to use some remover because I think the only way to correct this right here, unfortunately, is to do this. Okay, so we're going to fix that. Kind of a good thing to show you here, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to come back in with this brush, and I'll show you how we're going to correct this with what happened here. So we're going to come back in with the powder. You can already tell a difference. Okay, and we're just covering that area back up. I think what happened between the powder and the eye primer, it just had a fit, to be honest with you. And so I just thought, well, no other way to correct it but then to just take it off. Okay, so, and I still don't know what this is, if that's just something naturally on my lid now. Okay, so there we are. All right, how are we doing for time, babe? Is it still at
28.
Okay, so if you're just tuning in, please be aware if I do disappear, I will come back. Okay, we're testing out a new camera, and the video time that it allows for kind of allows at like the 29-minute mark. So we're just gonna try and see how it goes. If it disconnects, then we'll start right back up right after that, kind of head back into a part 2. Okay, all right, so now let's go ahead and take the, I'm going to cover this up before I spill it because I tend to be klutzy. We're going to come back in with Ornate. Okay, that's this kind of sparkly one, and then we came in with Overt kind of over the top in this corner, the inner corner. Okay, and again, we'll fix over here too, but I'll probably do that off camera. Okay, so let's come in with Ornate. Again, these are the liquid shadows. I'm loving them as I learn how to use them. Super fun, super pretty. I am going to dab off some of the extra that comes on the brush because I feel like I had way too much on the other eye. So we're going to come across, this is like a doe foot applicator. And we're going to just bring it all the way across here. And I'm again going to try to create my own crease. I'm thinking I'm going to use this lip mirror. That'll probably help me see a lot better. I don't even know if this shut off when I closed it. Concentrating. Okay. Once you get this on with the applicator, you want to use your finger to kind of smooth the rest of it out.
We just picked 30 minutes.
Okay, 30 minutes. We're still going, I'm assuming. And I'm just going to take my finger and kind of smooth the rest out as I'm working here. And again, if we do happen to disconnect, we'll come right back. And I'm just trying to see how high I went. Oh goodness, I tell ya. I have way more on one eye than the other. Tell you guys, sometimes it's really hard to tell how much you put where. So I'm going to come back in, create a little bit higher crease. That gets hard to do with your finger. I tell ya, it's fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to grab this again. Same one. This is Ornate. I'm trying to learn all these new names as we go along here. And I think I'll use my magnifier mirror. It'll be easier to see. I'm going to make this crease higher. Thank you. Thanks for joining in. Hello to you. It doesn't say who's here, but I'll say hello. Means a lot when you all join us here. Thank you so much for your support. Alright, so just gonna take my finger and kind of smooth that out. I'm really loving this color. What do you think, babe?
Yeah, I like it.
Maybe I could have done without the orange, I don't know. Really got some crazy eyes going on here tonight. It's fun. Okay, so I can feel it drying on my eye. That's the one thing that I'm really loving about this new stuff, is you can tell when it's dry. And they got these fun little containers, and we're gonna come in with Overt and come in this front corner like we did over here. It kind of does tame some down, but I'm still seeing, when I look in my camera, we got way more on the side than over here. So I think what I'm going to do is come back in before I use my other color, just even before I apply any more on this brush. I'm going to bring this Unapologetic up just a touch, and I just lightly skimmed the top of my shadow. I'm just lightly skimming it because I don't want to have a ton. To try and make this look equal. This is where I'm still, like, I'm so used to my powdered eyeshadows that I'm learning all these creams and creams to powders. And this is where I love to learn with you guys. I like to teach you guys maybe better tips and tricks. So we're all learning together. Okay. We're definitely there now. I don't even know if, I can't even use that one. I was gonna say I don't know if I can smooth out. Let's see here. Let's try this brush. Smooth out and tame down this Unapologetic orange color. My my blending brush needs to be cleaned because I used like a pinkish maroonish color or something, so I didn't want that mixed in here. It's definitely different. Okay. Now, let's see. Does that even shut off? I hope it does. It does not.
Push the end button.
Okay, there we go. I'm like, I don't want to leave that on all the time. Now we're going to go ahead and use that other color I said. We're going to use Overt, okay? Alright, now make sure to dab any extra off, but we're just going to come right in the corner. And I know I just put my mirror away, but I'm just wanting to use this not very long, so we're going to put this right in the front. Then I'm going to take my finger and just kind of work it across here where we need it. There. And obviously you're still going to get some of the other color off too, but that's okay. I was like, did I just put the right one in here? Yes, I did. Okay, so now the fun begins. We're going to use this really fun lipstick, and I'm super excited because it is super fun. Did I try it the other day? I think I made, no, did I try it off camera? I can't remember. Alright, so I've got the Opulence lipstick in Top Notch. Capture shot. So we're gonna try this. I do not, that I know of, I don't think that other one's gonna work. I do not have a lip liner, so I'm just gonna use this. You could just line your lips with it too. And I'm just kind of lightly applying this. I'm not like pressing and smoothing it on my lip because for me, I don't need a ton because of how my lips are and how they sit since my surgery. Okay. And you can just dab any extra off. It'll get onto your other lip. Now we're really bright, aren't we? Sorry, I'm laughing about some text messages I'm getting. It's funny because we're doing tacos at work tomorrow, everybody. And the thing she texted about was the thing I was thinking about while I was making my supper. And I'm like, good, somebody thought of it. Okay. Alright, how do we look? Does it look like it's filling in okay? And of course, I'll show you that little trick here. Alright, so my little trick is I take a tissue or a paper towel and I'm going to get into my waterline, so go right in the center. See how that came off both sides? Now, it should hopefully take care of that. But for me, again, since how my mouth is shaped, it's going to be different. Okay, so now we are going to do some blush. And like I said, I wanted to use my new color, but I don't know if it's going to work. Okay, are we still recording? I just realized.
Oh, we're good.
Okay. We are almost done anyway. Okay. By the way, I got my kudos. Okay, so you get 2 of these. You can choose a blush or a lip exfoliator, and then you can choose a lipstick. Okay, so I chose one of the Opulence lipsticks. You can choose from like 5 or 6 different kinds that we have on my website. Sorry, it's gonna bug me. And then I chose a blusher. Okay, so I chose Sweet. Do you think this will work? Or should I use my Supple? I was hoping to use my new color, but I don't know if this is gonna work.
It's fine.
Okay, we'll try it. Now the question is, hopefully maybe we'll clean this off real quick. I was gonna say, hopefully my Supple won't get in here. So I'm gonna close that real quick. I'm gonna use my brush cleanser. So I love this stuff. This is one you can just squirt onto your brush, work it out of your brush. See that? And then it dries right away. So I'm taking most of the color off, and then you're able to use the brush right away. I'm getting my table all dirty now. That's okay. Alright, so I'm just using a Morphe brush. I got these for my birthday a couple years ago. Yeah, it'll be a couple years ago now. And I told my husband, I said, I gotta get another brush. A blush brush, because sometimes these colors don't always go well together. And it's hard, especially when you have a light colored one. Okay, so let's go ahead and use our Sweet. So the Kudos is good until the end of this month or until supplies last. We are running out of some of the blushes. I did forget to check before I hopped on here if any were still in stock. But I'm going to go ahead and just put some right here. I'm super excited because I haven't used this one yet, and I have another bristle that's coming out. Hold on. Alright, this one is more of a matte color. It doesn't have any shimmer, but you can always add shimmer to it by using either the Gentle shadow, or if you want to use this cream to powder, the luminizer. So there's many different ways to make it pop, okay? So I'm just going to take what's left in my brush here. This little hair is going to drive me crazy tonight. And I'm just going to work this in here. And then I'm going to take and set my face with my setting spray, and then I'm going to do my eyelashes, okay? So don't forget to go pick up your Kudos. Don't forget to go ahead and pick up your Lash Duo or Trio too, okay? Alright, so really got it popping here. Woo-wee! Okay. This is sure quite the shadows, isn't it? Okay, so let's go ahead and set our face. I was going to say, which one do I want to use? We're going to use the Touch Behold setting spray tonight. You want to make sure to shake it. Okay, I'm going to get all these out of the way. You want to get as much as you can on there. That way it sets all of your face. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Ooh. Okay. And if you need to do the whole lip thing one more time, I might have to. We'll see here. So once I'm done, I will take some pictures. I'll post everything that I'm wearing. If we do disconnect here, I'll come back on and say my goodbyes. We're not sure again how long it's going to let us record. So if you're just catching me on the replay, that is the situation. We have a new camera and we're trying to figure out how long it's going to let us record. Okay, so let's bring out this mirror again, and we're going to put on some of the mascara. I'm going to use our Moodstruck Epic 4D mascara. Okay, can you see that? And this you can choose in part of the trios or duos, /duos or trios. So this is the 40 fiber lashes. This one here is going to help build like you're wearing falsies. They're not eyelashes, they have the Y fibers built in, which then helps to create, I'll take that off once it dries, the appearance of wearing false lashes. Okay, this is one of my new favorite mascaras. So I'm just going to try and get this layer on. You kind of shimmy it and then roll it up. And that's going to help interlock those fibers when you're putting it on. And then if you get any on your face like I did, you just take one of these brushes here, like a little spoolie, and then you'll just flick it off once it's dried. Okay. Alright, so it always gets challenging when I'm trying to put on mascara and I get silent, so I'm still here. Don't go anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. We're just trying to build these lashes so they appear longer, which they do end up looking longer. Ah, did it again. So I will take that off once it dries. And for some reason my lashes are just being finicky over here. Typical. So the goal is to try and learn the technique of this brush. I still feel like I'm trying to perfect it because it sometimes can be challenging to get these lashes longer. So we'll do the bottom. It's kind of different on the bottom where you're trying to make them look longer, but I just try my best. And I hate to keep asking, honey, but are we still recording?
Yeah,
Just trying to make sure. Okay.
29:59 is where it would stop.
Okay. So we're doing good so far. Yay! Makes me happy. Alright. So I am going to let the mascara that got on my face dry a little more on this side here that I'm working this in. But I will show you real quick before I go what I do for this other spot that I got it on. But I'm going to try and get these bottom lashes on, bottom mascara on my lashes really quick here. Hopefully I'm not blocking the view too much here. Let me know if I am. Alright. So we've got those bottom lashes done. I may add a little bit more after we're done here, once I'm done going live. But I'm going to take my little spoolie, and I got a little bit right here, so you just kind of flick it off. Just get right in there. Okay. Now we're going to see if this one's dry yet. Sweet. So you just kind of keep flicking. And you can get it most of the way off, usually, most times. And I don't want to take and get my brush that had all my makeup on, because I've already done my setting spray. So you just try your best to work away what was there. Okay, and I can't tell if that is any right there either or not, but maybe that's just my eye and hard to say. Alright, well, I hope you have enjoyed this time, and hopefully you've learned some tips and tricks. I know we kind of had a few bumps in the road along the way, but you can go ahead and shop right here if you need to get anything. And I do go live Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. Central. I do occasional either pre-recorded or pop-on lives like I did last night, and just never know when it's going to happen. So trying to test out all this new gear and make sure that everything is going good. So thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. I appreciate your support. Thanks again, YouTube, for joining me. Hope you all have a great evening. Goodbye, everyone.